As India is pushing the needle towards achieving the $5 trillion economic goal, startups are battled out into the trenches, contributing to a nearly 15% of GDP. With more than 1.4 lakh DPIT recognitions, 110 plus making it to the unicorn list, and around 3,000 plus fetching Section 80 IAC exemption under Indian income tax, India's emergence as the third largest startup ecosystem owes more targeted initiatives for these growth enablers. The hustle in the hub, with ever-evolving entrants in the diverse fields ranging from agri-tech, fintech, AI, blockchain, aerospace, undoubtedly requires snowballing of contemporary measures on a year-on-year basis. Nevertheless, the budget is an opportune time for these innovation clusters to narrate their wish list. Sector-agnostic funding schemes such as the Startup India Seed Fund scheme and credit guarantee schemes floated by the government have lent support in thriving entrepreneurship. However, charging the capital side of the balance sheet, specifically for those in the market entry and commercialization stage, is an ever-elusive challenge for startups. Taxes, amongst other factors, have sparked significant backlash in the fund flow into India's vibrant startup community. The angel tax immunity being laden with multiple conditions prescribed in the DPIT notification, with overseas investment being given shelter only if coming from specified regulated entities housed in specified jurisdictions. The benefit actually accrues to a very limited population in the startup space. Hence, the industry urges for a blanket elimination of more than a decade-old angel tax, or a significant reduction in the conditions at least to boost unfettered fund flow. Rationalization of capital gains taxes on exits, say by reducing the rate of 10% for resident investors at par with non-resident investors, or by staggering the tax bills over few years, will not only incentivize investments but also encourage reverse flipping of ownerships by startups who choose overseas domicile to wade through India's regulatory environment and tax structure, leading the way to the Atmanirbhar Bharat vision. Additionally, extending the loss carry-forward period and offering weighted deductions for R&D expenses could be attractive measures, especially for early-stage, high-growth startups. On the policy front, earmarking specialized funds for untapped sectors and extending the corpus and timeline for seed fund could add some sparkle to the startup funding story. On a separate note, the government has been marching towards ironing out regulatory laws in its aim of making India a top destination for ease of doing business. One of the most recent moves is RBI's proposed overhaul of foreign exchange policies by consolidating import and export regulations into a unified code. Fast-tracking of certain pending reforms such as implementation of new labour codes, which has been on the government's unfinished agenda, could gain limelight in this budget session, with majority of the states having notified draft rules for all the 4 labour codes. With success of PLI schemes in the manufacturing sector, the government should now look forward to introducing employment-linked incentive scheme in the service sector, which contributes to over 50% of the GDP, with a special focus on labour-intensive sectors such as tourism, hospitality, logistics, retail, process outsourcing, media and entertainment. The union budget holds the key to unlocking India's economic potential. A focus on nurturing startups, simplifying regulations and compliances, and incentivizing job creation can pave the way for innovation and long-term growth. The upcoming announcements hold the potential to shape not just the next fiscal year, but the trajectory to India's future growth.